Sorry I'm a little bit late guys as per usual, but here are the best new App Store games from December 2021. Obviously we have to start with the release of Alien Isolation on iPhone and iPad. I showed this game so much in December, so I'm sorry if you're sick of it, but be sure to go back and check my full review of this game as it goes really into depth into all the tech and performance on offer here with this miracle AAA mobile game. Alien Isolation was released way back in 2014, and at the time it was one of the most beautiful games I had laid my eyes on my PS4. In many ways, my opinion hasn't changed. It might fall behind now in regards to the detail of characters' faces, and some of the animations are a little clunky. Still, the story is wonderful, the voice acting is great and is on par with the first Alien film, and the alien itself, the xenomorph, is freaking terrifying. I typically don't like first-person games on mobile either, in terms of the touch controls being just super awkward, but the game's slow pace in general and the well-adjusted on-screen buttons makes it very comfortable here. Or you can play with a controller or a keyboard and mouse on iPad. Anyway, Alien Isolation costs $14.99 USD. On screen is a list of supported devices. Foregone was a delightful surprise in December. I completely missed it until Touch Arcade previewed it on their website. It's a 2D action platformer. In many ways, think Dead Cells without the roguelite likeness, and it's nowhere near as difficult. It's still challenging, but it isn't so like, oh my god, this is so hard. It also has a narrative-driven story where the world has been corrupted by a force known as the Harrow, and you play as a soldier who can wield different weapons and can use super abilities, all with the end goal of stopping the Harrow from destroying the world. I really love the game's animations here for platforming, combat and so on. They're super smooth and gorgeous. It's also really enhanced on iPad Pro as the game runs at 120 FPS. I will say the touch controls are not the best. Thankfully it has full controller support. It's also worth noting I noticed some FPS drops on every device, which is weird, but it's not game breaking, but you may notice it from time to time. Anyway, Foregone costs $4.99 USD. It is available on iPhone, iPad and iPod Touch. I haven't seen many people talking about this one. I guess that's because it went under the radar during the initial PC and console release back in September. Skeletal Avenger is a head-chucking roguelite dungeon crawler. I'll be honest, everything in this one has kind of been done before, to some extent, both in setting and mechanics, but it's a tight and well-made roguelike that has really enjoyable combat, environments, weapons, gear, and perks to keep you playing on and on and on. I'm really thankful to the dev for adding full controller support too, but it's a massive shame they didn't include the local co-op mode on the App Store version. I hope this can be looked into for a future update. If you're interested, Skeletal Avenger costs $5.99 USD. It is available on iPhone, iPad, iPod Touch, and Apple M1 based Macs. Originally released way back in 1999, I believe, Square Enix have brought us the HD remaster of Legend of Mana. As per the App Store description, players will set off on a journey to find the mystical mana tree seen in a dream before discovering the world map is empty. During your travels, you'll acquire special artifacts and place these wherever you'd like on the map to bring towns and dungeons to life and advance the story. Unlike most of Square Enix mobile ports, this one has full controller support. You did it! And it runs at 60 FPS, not 30. You did it. Its main issues are that on some devices the game won't play in true full screen for gameplay and cutscenes, and you use the D-pad on a controller to move, which can be awkward, but I guess they're kind of trying to replicate maybe like the PS1 version, how you use the D-pad. Anyway, if you're interested, Legend of Mana costs $27.99 USD. It really hurt my wallet. It's very expensive, but it's about the same price as the PC and console version, so it's up to you if you want to get it. It's available on iPhone, iPad, and iPod Touch. It's been a few years since the last PAKO game, so I'm excited to be sharing this one with you. It's a free arcade car chase game where you must escape from the cops, or you can go into race levels or boss levels. There are 30 plus levels here in total, and lots of cars to unlock, and you can change their color too. Ooh! And you can pick up bonus items to help you in levels. Okay, let's be honest, this one doesn't really bring anything new to the table in terms of content. But I guess it does bring keyboard support to iPad for the first time, which is super cool. It's really awkward though, and I wouldn't advise using it, but it's there. It also has controller support again, which is great to see. It does contain a great deal of ads, and so many of them are that terrible Raid Shadow Legends. Thankfully, you can skip them within seconds, but I really do suggest paying the price of only $2.99 USD to remove the ads. It's worth it. PAKO 3 is available to download on iPhone, iPad, iPod Touch, and M1 based Macs. I hope that the developer brings an Apple TV version in the future like they did for PAKO Forever. Here are some bonus games from December. Blast Waves is a tactical arcade shooter where time moves as you move. This means every single shot counts. Wayfinder is a short and free art game that takes the user on a reflective cause and effect journey with nature. It's really beautiful, but it's very short. LinearShooter Remixed mixes vertical scrolling bullet hell, rogue light, and power-ups to make a fast-paced retro shooter. It supports 120 FPS on iPad Pro 2, which is awesome for all the amount of stuff that's going on here, and weirdly it supports controllers, even though it plays exclusively in portrait mode. I mean, why would you add it? Evan's Remains is a wonderful puzzle platformer where you have to find a missing boy, Evan, hence the name of the game. I'm just disappointed it doesn't have controller support like it does on PC and console. So, what do you think of these games? Are you impressed or disappointed? December was a smaller month for new games, it always is, but there are still a few really high-polished games that are worth taking a look at. Thank you so much for all the support on the channel and this series in particular in 2021. I hope these videos have been helpful with staying up to date with the best App Store games or mobile games, and I hope you like the games that I recommend, or maybe you just think they're awful, but anyways, I hope that it was useful. I'll be sure to keep this series going throughout 2022. Anyway, leave a like to show your support and subscribe and turn on notifications to stay up to date with everything Apple gaming related. My name's Stewie, and thanks for watching.